Little Louise watched her tired mother come home from work. Her mother's face was withered, her hair disheveled, and her forehead beaded with sweat. Louise wished she could get out of the slums and help her parents live like the rich Parisians. Her alcoholic father was clearly not the head of the family, but only had a knack for reminding his wife of her marital duty, which had left Louise with 6 more siblings. She was born in 1848 at the height of the country's unstable political situation. Although, was there a time when everything was stable in France? Her mother, Emily Victoria de la Bigny, worked as a seamstress. Although her father was a professor and Emily Victoria could have been more successful in life, but as they say, she got mixed up with the wrong person. At the age of 10, Louise helped her mother at the linen factory. A charming girl with blonde hair, a kind smile, and naive eyes. One evening, Louise was coming home from work. The street was not crowded. Suddenly, someone crept up behind her and covered her mouth with her hand. Louise smelled the tart odor of alcohol, and when she turned around, she saw an old man with a smirk. Louise tried to get out of his clinging hands, but it was all in vain. So, at the age of 13, she was abused for the first time. A drunken old man took her innocence. It is not known whether Louise told her parents about the rape or whether she was afraid of her abusive alcoholic father. Anyway, but Louise realized that she should not wait for male protection, and in life she would have to rely only on herself. Going home from work, she often looked at the beautiful Parisian women in furs and hats covered with diamonds. Oh, how she would like to shine in the light. She is not inferior to them in beauty. Soon Louise learned that in the neighborhood of Notre Dame de Lorette, where she worked as a seamstress, girls who want to earn a little money at the expense of men. Of course, it was a far from honorable profession. But Louise could help her family. Soon Louise was drawn in. Easy money, and the prospect of raising her price tag because she had everything she needed to become a new lady of the high society, beauty, charisma, and charm. She decided to take on a new euphonious name, Valtesse. The name Valtesse is a bit similar to the word highness, which is spelled Altesse in French. She attended the Mabius Ball to find new customers there, and on Sundays she worked at a drinking establishment where soldiers liked to come. The career ladder for a woman of such a profession was not the easiest. Soon Valtesse found herself a famous patron, court musician Napoleon III. But it was too small a fish for the inquiries of golden-haired Valtesse. Word of mouth in Paris soon spread to the high society about a beautiful girl with golden hair who could offer everything but merit. And the French of the time loved to spend money on beautiful women. Prince Sagan fell under her spell and offered her a luxurious, private mansion on the boulevard Malesherbes. Valtesse furnished the mansion to her liking. She paid special attention to the large bed with gilded bronze. The headboard is adorned with an earl's crown rising above a coat of arms, the letter V adorned with 3 flowers. And the same coat of arms appears on the sheets and pillows. It is a remarkable fact that she never bore a title, but called herself a countess. The bed became her throne. It was said that this bed was visited more often than the Eiffel Tower. She did not seek to marry well or become a mother. Power and freedom were her only companions in life. One might think that her position in society was unenviable, but Valtesse herself believed that luxury storefronts were only for the wives of the rich, and to be someone's wife and fall into financial dependence she did not want. In the early 20th century, women could not meet their own needs. In addition to patrons, Valtesse liked to host artists and poets. After all, in addition to beauty and high society valued intelligence and education, which at first lacked a girl who grew up in the slums and did not receive proper education. Among her favorites and close friends were Edouard Manet, Eugène Boudin, Jean-Louis Foret. About her boudoir raved French writer Émile Zola. In Paris, to the ladies of the semi-secular treated indulgently. In addition, Her Highness Valtesse was considered one of the most influential women in the capital, thanks to her connections. Not surprisingly, she was a muse for many poets, and her portraits were painted by Edouard Manet, Henri Gervex, and Gustave Courbet. In time, Valtesse began to take girls for flirting lessons. In 1876, her private mansion at 98 Boulevard Malesherbes was built. Valtesse was proud of herself, preferring not to remember that little slum girl who was abused by an old man. They died, for the most part, as soon as their beauty faded, fulfilling their role as money-eaters to the end. When the source of wealth dried up, they accepted the inevitable price of their fate, death in poverty or mediocrity, the logical result of their mission. Wrote in book Dames de Cours, Claude Blanchard. Unfortunately, life did not give her much time to enjoy wealth and earthly pleasures. She died at the age of 52. It is said that a bench was placed near her grave where former lovers could mourn for Valtesse, but she herself hardly experienced the feeling of love. For her, happiness was fleeting, the way we love the purple hues of the sun, the moment it disappears over the horizon, or a moment, the way you love the song of a singing bird.